For cigarettes will be introduced tomorrow after a legal challenge by 4 of the world's largest tobacco companies was rejected by the High Court. 2 of those firms have promised to appeal, but should they fail, manufacturers will have just a year to sell their old stock and comply with the new regulations. Laura Bundock reports.
I make the rules around here, so I'm going to remove all branding so every cigarette pack looks the same.
Australia was the first country to bring in the ban. Since standardised packaging came in there, smoking's down 15%. Campaigners here say the High Court ruling is a monumental moment for public health.
The evidence put before the court shows very clearly that standardised plain packaging is much less attractive to children, much less misleading, and the health warnings on the pack stand out much more. So over time, this is likely to lead to fewer children taking up smoking.
Under the regulations, graphic health warnings will cover 65% of cigarette packets. They'll be drab green in colour with the brand name in a standard font. Packs of 10 will be banned, they're too small for the warnings, and menthol cigarettes will be phased out by 2020. The cigarette companies argued these regulations would damage the value of their products, making the brands indistinguishable. But the High Court rejected their claims. In handing down his judgment, Mr. Justice Green quoted the World Health Organization, which describes smoking as a health crisis of epidemic proportions. With this very much in mind, he said the government's new regulations are perfectly valid and lawful in all respects, and he rejected the tobacco companies' claims for compensation. 2 of the cigarette companies say they're already planning to appeal.
It simply amounts to commercial vandalism, and we believe it would set a very dangerous precedent for other industries.
The regulations are part of a wider European directive, which aims to cut the number of smokers across the EU by 2.4 million. Some smokers, though, say the new rules won't change their habit.
I think they should lower the nicotine levels maybe in the cigarette. That would affect that more rather than the packaging. Whoever's going to buy them, they're going to buy them regardless.
It don't really bother me in a sense because I'm still going to get my fags. It's just I've just got to make sure I'm getting the right fags that I'm asking for.
If you change the packaging on cigarettes to plain packaging, then people will be less likely to buy cigarettes generally.
We've come a long way from the macho Marlboro man. The adverts are long gone. By blowing away the brands even further, the government hopes to save the NHS £13 billion and save thousands of lives too. Laura Bundock, Sky News.
Now, after days of speculation, the German Drug and Chemical